Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, passed away on April 9, 2021 at 99 years of age. He was a longtime consort of Queen Elizabeth II and father to all her 4 children, Prince Charles, Princess Anne, Prince Andrew, and Prince Edward. In Netflix's hit series The Crown, Prince Philip's character, which is played by Matt Smith in the first 2 seasons and Tobias Menzies in the next 2 seasons, gained huge popularity.
I was an outsider the day that I met the 13-year-old princess who would one day become my wife.
Today, we will discuss the character of Prince Philip and how his sorrowful demise is going to affect future seasons of The Crown. The Crown is a historical drama streaming television series about the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, created and principally written by Peter Morgan and produced by Left Bank Pictures and Sony Pictures Television for Netflix. Focus is more on the personal lifestyle of the royal family. It is not any sort of a political critique on any one of the members of the royal family, rather it depicts how political affairs affected the very private life of the monarch and her immediate family.
You my wife or my queen?
I am both, and a strong man will be able to kneel to both.
One of the closest members of the ruling monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, was her dearly loving husband, whom she called Philip. The queen and prince shared a strong bond. Even though the royal family has a history of multiple unhappy marriages and extramarital affairs, their marriage wasn't like that. They both were companions of each other during their hardships and biggest critics when any of the ones made mistakes. They were each other's mentors, friends, and partners. Prince Philip had a strong attraction towards flying. At the start of their marriage, Prince Philip had to give away his title of prince and solely became Duke of Edinburgh. Being a strong-headed young man, the Duke was utterly heartbroken when he gave away his title and authority. However, he laid the sacrifice for the love of his life, but soon after the death of her father, Princess Elizabeth became Queen Elizabeth II, and their new marriage got ignored amidst her royal duties and responsibility of the country. The Duke of Edinburgh then found solace and peace within flying. He flew, he felt happy. But soon his passion for flying was termed dangerous, as it might take his life. The Crown couldn't risk the death of her young husband, so the Duke was abhorred from flying. Appalled and utterly disappointed by this decision, the Duke drifted away from his queen. Later, the Duke embarks on his royal naval tour. Here becomes part of the Profuma scandal. Prince Philip was said to be attending multiple sex parties on his royal tour of the Navy. However, in real life, Prince Philip was not part of the scandal. In The Crown, his marital life was majorly affected by this scandal. Their marital issues increased to the point the couple started thinking about divorce. At that time, there were only 2 options, either to make a compromise for their loved ones or to go apart.
Divorce. Yes, divorce. It's not an option for us.
The Duke insisted that if he got his title and authority back, he would make this marriage work. Soon enough, the Duke of Edinburgh again became Prince Philip. His demand reflected that he realized deprivation and lack of empathy. He knew what it takes to be a member of the royal family, but at the same time, he had to cater to his self-respect as well. He wasn't, after all, an ordinary guy who would take advantage of being Queen's husband. He had to do something on his own. He had to create his own space and aura. He wasn't there just to sit. He was there to be present. He had a distant bond with his sons, but his daughter Anne was his favorite. He saw a glimpse of himself in her. They would go hunting together and would bet on who gets the head. He was a strong family man with a contented heart. Not only his daughter, he was generously close with the Queen Mother and sister and Princess Margaret. The 2 often pulled out harmless jokes at the Queen. In his childhood, he was inseparable from his elder sister Cecily. His sister was flying to the marriage of her cousin when she passed away along with her unborn child in a tragic plane crash. This left a huge mark on him as a child. The incident even ruined his relationship with his father. When the young Philip needed the affection and love of his father, he was left alone with remorse and guilt. He became very wary to show his feelings and yet abrasive. Yet, on the advice of his dying mother, he started rediscovering his faith and found his lifelong best friend Robin Woods, whom he respected deeply. He was very fond of Princess Diana as well. He realized that she also is being told he controls her spark like he was told. He is shown to explain to Princess Diana how it is to be an outsider in this family. He knew that monarchy has to deal with their public representation. He knew it is important to appear as an insider and to remain an outsider. The best way to describe him would be challenging. He's funny, but there's an energy about it. It's not calm, it's not gentle. And those things seem to be kind of warring inside him. And so, actually, for someone who doesn't want to give away much, he often feels like he's giving quite a lot away. He was an alpha male character in his head, but always had to walk slowly so he could remain a few steps behind his wife. He was a guy with middle-class values at heart, but belonged to a royal family. He was very keen on technology and science. He invited Neil Armstrong and his team to meet him after their successful visit to the moon. It showed that he was quite progressive for his time. He introduced the royal family to modernity. He insisted the Queen send annual Christmas wishes from a television screen instead of a newspaper. He made the Queen realize that she is the true face of monarch. He supported her in tough decisions where she had to fight for the sanctity and honor of the crown. He made sure the Queen is loved by her people. He criticized her when the speeches were too mundane in general. He insisted her to write her speeches so she could touch the sentiments of the public. He, after all, made his space. He created his job. He found himself a role. His role was to support the monarch, to support the crown, and to support the Constitution. He was an alpha male in the shadow of his wife, a distant father, yet sympathetic father-in-law, a private but hopelessly indiscreet senior royal. It was his life, a life full of tragedies and spent untying knots of complex relationships. His character in The Crown sure teaches us the importance of family, sacrifice, and passion. If you liked this video, press the like button. Let us know in the comments what topics you want us to cover in the future. Till then, subscribe to our channel for more amazing content. Hit the bell icon as well.